just about to start my workout for today. I am very pressed for time today, so this is going to be a super short workout, just 10 minutes long. Body weight exercises only, so you will not need any exercise equipment whatsoever to follow along. However, you will be more comfortable with something soft beneath you, so definitely grab an exercise mat or a yoga mat if you have one. If you don't have a mat, a towel may suffice. If you're working out on a carpeted floor or on grass, you may not need anything at all. There are timestamps in the description box down below the video, so if you would prefer to skip straight ahead to the workout, you can go ahead and use the chapter markers to do that. But if you would like to see the exercises demonstrated and explained very briefly before we begin, let's go ahead and get into that right now. So I mentioned this is going to be a 10-minute workout. We're doing an AMRAP today, A-M-R-A-P. That stands for as many rounds as possible, or some people will say it stands for as many reps as possible. Either way, the point is that I'm going to show you a little combo, and then we're just going to keep repeating that combo, and you're going to complete as many rounds of it as you can during a 10-minute countdown. I have my timer set to count down 10 minutes for us, so you're just gonna complete as many rounds as you can of this little combo. So let me very quickly walk you through the combo. I have my mat here. I'm going to start standing towards one end of my mat like this, and we're going to start with a squat. So roll your shoulders back and down so that your shoulders are away from your ears and your chest is lifted nice and high. So if you visualize tucking your shoulder blades into your back pockets, that's going to help find your posture. So squeeze those shoulder blades together, push the shoulders down away from the ears, keep the chest lifted nice and high. Tighten up your abs as though someone is about to punch you in the stomach and you're bracing for impact. Make sure your entire core is engaged. Now, from here, you can sink down into your squat, but I don't want you to think of sinking straight into the squat like this, because if you do that, your knees are going to tend to end up out over your toes. That's not what we're going for. You want to keep your weight over your heels. So if you visualize trying to touch the wall behind you with your booty, and you really push that booty back, then what's going to happen is that your back's going to help your back stay flat, first of all, and it's going to keep the weight in your heels so that you can actually pick up your toes. And that's really the movement. That's what we want. So then from here, you can sink down into your squat. All right, so shoulders are back and down, chest is lifted high, abs are tight. Push the booty back like you're trying to touch the wall behind you with your booty. Keep your back flat. Keep the weight in your heels as you sink down into your squat. Sink as low as you can. See if you can get your booty all the way down below your knees, okay? Do your best. But make sure you're working to your own level. So I don't want you to try to push your body into doing something it is not quite ready to do. So if you can only come down this far, that's fine, then that's your squat. Do your best to see if you can at least get your thighs parallel to the ground, but the goal is to come down into this deep squat position with your booty almost touching the mat. All right, now from here, we're going to do a forward fold. If you lack flexibility in the back of your legs, your hamstrings, you can leave this part out, or again, you can modify it. Just do your best, and again, work to your own level. Please do not push your body into doing something it's not ready to do. I don't want anyone pulling a muscle, but we're going to do a forward fold, and I'm going to place my hands flat on the mat on the outsides of my feet. Now, the goal is to keep your palms flat on the mat the entire time, and then you're going to straighten your legs. If you can only come here, come here. The goal is to see if you can get your legs all the way straight while still keeping your palms flat on the mat. If you need to pick up your palms, you can pick them up. All right, work to your own level, modify where you need to modify. But ideally, from this squat position, you want to put your hands on the mat and then nothing moves. Your feet stay all the way flat on the mat. Your palms stay all the way flat on the mat as you straighten your legs and come into your forward fold. Then you're going to reverse that movement. So bend the legs and come back down into your squat position. Now pick up your hands, and you're going to put your hands on the floor or the ground behind you, and you're going to start walking your feet forward, well, walking your feet and your hands forward. So step one foot forward, step the opposite hand forward, and then repeat. Other foot, opposite hand, until you have walked all the way to the front of your mat, okay? And now from here, you are going to repeat that forward fold. So put your hands on the mat or on the floor or the ground next to your feet. Straighten the legs if you can, keeping your hands flat if you can. Reverse the movement. So bend the knees, come back down into your squat position. Now leave your hands where they are. You're going to step your feet back so that you are in a plank position and you're going to do a push-up. So make sure you're not sinking into your shoulders. You want to actively press the ground away from you. Tighten up your abs, keep those hips lifted high so that you're not arching your back like this. If you find your hips or your belly are kind of drooping down towards the mat, tighten your abs, use your ab muscles to lift your hips high and keep them high. Now from here, you're just going to bend your elbows and lower your chest as close to the ground as you can. So you want to think of it as a moving plank. So once you're in that plank position, think of your body being stiff as a board. Nothing moves. All you're doing is just lowering your body down to the ground, getting your chest as close to the mat as you can, and then pushing yourself back up. But nothing should move, all right? So if you can't get your chest all the way down, don't compensate for that by arching your back and lowering your hips or your belly down to the mat. All right, the other really common mistake that I see a lot of people make is if you cannot get your chest all the way down, a lot of people will lower their forehead down to the mat. All right, if you can't get your chest all the way down, just shorten up your range of motion, that's fine. Ideally, what you're going for is you want to touch the mat with your chest, but if you're not there yet, you're not there yet. So if you can only come down halfway, come down halfway. The important part is that you're never breaking that one straight line from your heels to your shoulders. Of course, if you want to do the push-ups from your knees, that's fine. Just put your knees down on the mat, pick up your feet, and then from here, it's the same thing. So make sure your abs are tight and you're lifting your hips high, your back is flat. You're not allowing your hips or your belly to droop down towards the mat like this, which is causing my back to arch. So lift the hips high. Make sure you're pressing the ground away from you so that you're not sinking into your shoulders like this. Make sure your head is in line with your spine. So don't let your head drop down. Don't overcorrect by hyperextending your neck and jutting your chin out. Just make sure your head is nice and in line with your spine, and then keep your head still. Don't bob your forehead down to the ground. Bend your elbows, lower your chest down to the mat or as close as you can get it. If you can't get it all the way down, then just shorten up your range of motion and then press the ground away and push yourself back up. Come back up to your high plank position. Now from here, you're gonna step the feet in so that you're in a bear plank position, like this. So your bear plank position is basically, if you would think of coming to this tabletop position, my hands are directly underneath my shoulders and my knees are directly underneath my hips. So now from here, curl your toes under and lift your knees up just a couple of inches. This is a bear plank, okay? So from your full plank position, you're just gonna step your feet in so that your knees are kind of underneath your hips and your knees are not touching the mat, they're a couple of inches up off the mat. Now I'm going to pick up one hand, I'm gonna pick up the opposite foot and kick it through, extend this bottom leg, and then I'm going to lift this leg and tap the toes. So get that leg as straight as you can. Imagine that you're really reaching that leg out and trying to touch the wall over there with your toes so that your leg is as straight as you can get it, but it's not just straight, it's lengthened. You're actively lengthening the leg, okay? And then you're gonna lift the leg, tap the toes, and then reverse the movement. So pick this foot back up, rotate back into your bear plank position. And now you're gonna repeat that on the other side. So now lift the opposite hand, opposite foot. Pick up this hand, foot comes through, straighten the leg. Now lift the leg, tap the toes. Return to your bear plank position. And now from your bear plank position, you're going to walk back to the other end of your mat. So picking up one foot, stepping it back, Stepping back with the opposite hand until you're all the way back at this end of your mat. And then once more, you're going to come into your squat position, place your hands flat on the ground, and do your forward fold. Squat and stand, all right? So that's our little combo. We're just going to complete as many rounds of that combo as we can during a 10-minute countdown. So let's put one all together just so that you can see the flow of it. So starting all the way towards one end of your mat, roll the shoulders back and down, keep the chest lifted high, tighten up the abs, sink down into your squat, hands down, straighten the legs for your forward fold. Bend the legs, pick up the hands, put them behind you, and do this crab walk towards the other end of your mat. Come back into your squat position, bring it right forward, hands go down, forward fold. Squat, step the feet back. You can also jump them back if you want. I might end up jumping my feet back, I'm not sure. Knees down for the push-up if you're doing knee push-ups. If not, do the push-up from your toes. Now step it into your bear plank. Pick up one hand, kick the opposite foot through, straighten the leg, lift the leg and tap the toes. Back to bear plank. Repeat that on the other side. So pick up the other hand, kick the opposite leg through, straighten the leg, lift the leg and tap the toes with the opposite hand. Rotate back into your bear plank position. And now bear walk back until you are back to this end of your mat. Feet flat on the mat if you can. Hands flat on the mat. Forward fold. Bend the knees, come back into your squat, pick up the hands, and stand. So that's it, that's the workout. We are just going to complete that little combo as many times as we can while my timer counts down 10 minutes for us, and then we're done. Well, bonus burpee, and then we're done. So just a quick reminder, especially if you plan on working out along with the video, to please mind your form, okay? Don't sacrifice your form for speed, and make sure that you are working to your own level and going at your own pace. Don't race me. If you find that you're kind of racing through the exercises just because you're trying to go faster than I am, or you're just trying to go fast for the sake of going fast, yes, it's an AMRAP, so yes, that means the goal is to do as many reps as you can, but not at the expense of your form. So if you find that you're racing through the exercises and your form is getting sloppy, then you need to pull it back a little bit. Make sure you're minding your form. If your form gets sloppy, you are increasing your risk of injury. So please go at your own pace. Don't sacrifice your form for speed. If you have any questions about how to do the exercises with the correct form, please just ask. It's really important that you understand the movement, you understand how to do the exercises correctly before you begin the workout, so that you reduce your risk of injury, and also just so that you make sure you're getting the maximum benefit out of each exercise. And you guys know it's also incredibly important to me that all of my workouts are always accessible to anyone and everyone who wants to do them with me. I'm always here to help facilitate that. So please don't hesitate to reach out if you have questions or if you need help. Hopefully I've covered everything. If you're ready to go ahead and start the workout, grab an exercise mat or a yoga mat if you have one. If not, maybe a towel. Take a minute to make sure you're good and warmed up, and when you're ready, let's get started. All right, 10 minutes. Strength, mobility, and flexibility. This one's gonna be tougher than it looks, so do your best. As soon as you're ready, here we go. I'm starting my timer in 3, 2, 1. This is a 10-second rest interval, just so we have a few seconds to get ready and we don't lose anything off of our work interval. Starting with our squat, so roll the shoulders back and down, chest is lifted high, push your booty back, sink into your squat, hands down for your forward fold. Now bend the knees, hands go behind you, and you're gonna walk forward. Crab walk forward to the front end of your mat. Sit up, hands come forward, hands are flat on the mat. Straighten the legs again for your forward fold. Now bend the knees, come back into your squat. Keep the hands where they are. Jump or step your feet back. Knees down for the push-up if you want. If not, push up from the toes. Now step the feet in halfway so you're in your bear plank. Pick up one hand, kick the leg through, straighten that leg, Lift the leg and tap the toes back into bear plank. Repeat that on the other side. Lift up the hand, kick the leg through. Straight leg. Lift the leg, tap the toes with the hands on the other side. Back into your bear plank. And now walk it back. Come back up into your squat. Feet flat on the ground. Hands flat on the mat. Straighten the legs, forward fold. Bend the knees, back into your squat, pick up the hands, and stand. That's one round. Let's pick up the pace a little bit. We're gonna see how many times we can complete that combo before our 10 minutes is up. So squat, straighten the legs. Bend the knees, hands behind you. Crab walk forward. Squat, hands down. Forward fold. Bend the knees. Step it back into a plank position. Push up. Step the feet in halfway into your bear plank. Kick through. Lift the leg, tap the toes. Bear plank. Kick through on the other side. Lift the leg, tap the toes. Back into your bear plank. Bear walk back. All the way back into your squat position. Hands flat on the mat. Straighten the legs. Bend the knees and stand. That's 2. Let's keep going. Try to see if we can keep picking up the pace with each round. So, squat, hands down for your forward fold. Bend the knees, pick up the hands, put them behind you. Crab walk forward to the other end of your mat. Bring your weight forward, hands down. Keep your hands flat as you straighten your legs for your forward fold. Now come back down into your squat position. Step the feet back into a plank. Push up. Step it in halfway into your bear plank. Kick the leg through, straighten the leg, tap the toes. Repeat that on the other side. Now back into bear plank. And walk it back. Squat, hands down. Straighten the legs for your forward fold. Squat and stand. What was that? 3 or 4? Let's keep going. Squat, hands down for your forward fold. Bend the knees, hands behind you. Crab walk forward. Hands come to the front. Forward fold. Bend the knees. Step the feet back into a plank position. Push up. Step the feet in halfway so you're in a bear plank. Kick the leg through. Straighten the leg. Lift the leg and tap the toes. Repeat that on the other side. Back into bear plank. And walk back. Come back onto your heels. Hands down. Straighten the legs. Forward fold. Bend the knees. Lift up the hands and stand. Keep going. Keep trying to pick up the pace. Now that we've got a hang of it, we've got that flow. Let's go again. We still have 3 minutes left. Let's do a few more rounds. So a minute and a half left. Let's try to do at least 2 more. Let's push. Seconds, let's push. Squat, hands down, forward fold. Bend the knees, hands behind, walk it forward. Hands come forward, straighten the legs for a forward fold. Squat, step it back. Push up, bear plank, kick through, lift the leg, tap the toes. Other side. Walk it back. Straighten the legs for forward fold. Bend the knees and stand. And that's it. That's our 10 minutes, we did it. All right, nice job. That was super tough, you guys. That was a full body strength workout plus mobility and flexibility all in just 10 minutes. We are not quite finished yet. No workout of mine is ever complete until we have done our bonus burpee. So we have just 1 rep left to go. Let's go ahead and do our bonus burpee together, and then the workout will be officially complete when you're ready. Here we go. Final rep of the day. All right, with that, the workout is now officially complete. But before I wrap this up, you guys, I just want to talk for a couple of minutes about my socks, because I love these socks. And hopefully you can see them and see how cute they are. But if you like the socks, I'm going to put a link for these socks in the description box down below the video. It is not an affiliate link. I don't get anything if you click on the link and buy the socks. I'm just sharing it because A, I love these socks and I'm wearing them today. So if you love them as well, I'm going to leave a link for where you can find them. But B, it's almost Christmas. So if you are doing any last minute Christmas shopping, these make a great Christmas gift, great stocking stuffers, or just a little gift for yourself if you're in the market for some new socks. I'm always in the market for new socks. I love socks. But the really cool thing about these socks is that they're like fundraiser socks. So there are a bunch of different designs, and each design is designated where a percentage of the proceeds from each specific design goes towards a specific fundraiser or a specific organization. So it's really cool. So you get a pair of adorable socks and you're helping out. I think these ones in particular, I believe, if I recall, a percentage of the proceeds from these socks went to a specific animal shelter. So you're getting a cute pair of socks and you're helping puppies. It's been over a year and a half since I lost Rudy, and I am not ready yet to bring home another dog. But it really breaks my heart when I see all these puppies and all these little kitties in the shelter with no mom, no comfy couch to sleep on, no home to call their own. So if I could, I would bring them all home. I would love nothing more, but I can't do that. So it's a nice little way to do something for shelter animals, and you get out of it either a very cute pair of socks for yourself or a nice little stocking stuffer. The other thing I want to mention is that even though I'm sharing the link and you can buy these from home and have them shipped directly to your house, which is fine. The other thing I want to share is that I did not buy these socks online. I bought them from a mom and pop store down the street from my house. I am very lucky to live in a beautiful neighborhood with a long stretch of mom and pop shops, antique stores, vintage clothing stores, gift stores, and bakeries, and all sorts of little things like that, shoe repair stores. It's a really quaint, I don't know if it has a negative connotation. I don't mean it in any way to have a negative connotation because I love it, but it's a very lovely little neighborhood with lots of foot traffic. And of course, at this time of year, they have all of the Christmas decorations up, all of the lights and everything. And I think one Friday of every month, they shut down parking along the street and they just have food trucks to encourage foot traffic. And so you can just walk up and down the street and pick whichever food truck you want to eat at. It's just a really, really nice little neighborhood. I'm very fortunate to live here. But right along that stretch, there's a very nice woman named Teresa, and she owns a little gift shop. And that's where I bought these socks. So I'm saying all of this just to remind you that Christmas is very close, and I know we're all busy, and I know not everybody celebrates Christmas, but a lot of people do, and I do, so that's why I'm talking about Christmas specifically. So if this doesn't apply to you, then just skip it. But the point is that a lot of people are doing last minute Christmas shopping right now. And I just wanted to kind of encourage you to do your best to shop local when it's possible. I know it's much faster and much more convenient to buy everything online, and I'm not saying I don't buy a ton of stuff online. I do, okay, you guys, I use Amazon. I know, it's just so convenient, I get that. But this is a really nice time of year. If you live somewhere where it's cold and it's snowing, oh, it used to be my favorite when I lived in New York, to just get all bundled up and go for a walk in the snow. Oh my gosh, at Christmas time, so beautiful. But you know, I don't live in New York anymore. I live in Southern California, and you can see it's sunny and no snow and not very cold. So, you know, it's a different experience, but regardless if it's cold and snowy where you are, or if it's warm and sunny, or somewhere in between, it's a really nice time of year to just kind of explore your neighborhood on foot. That's another thing, you know, before I had Rudy, I lived in this neighborhood for years, but I never appreciated it on the level that I appreciated it when I had him, because I didn't walk around my neighborhood. If I was leaving to go somewhere, I was driving there. But having Rudy and having him just want to walk miles and miles and miles, and we did walk miles and miles. We averaged about 30 miles every week. A typical daily walk for him was anywhere between 4 and 8 miles. So we really walked around the neighborhood for just hours and hours every week. Like I said, about 30 miles per week we spent just walking around the neighborhood. And so when I started to experience my own neighborhood in that way, you know, instead of just driving past everything at 40 miles an hour, I'm walking and I'm taking it all in, and I'm noticing, oh, I never noticed this little place was here before. Oh, they have vegan cupcakes. Oh, cool. You know, all these little things that I never noticed. And then, of course, certain shops are dog friendly. They'll have a sign outside. So the place where I got these socks actually has a sign outside that says something like dogs welcome, people are tolerated. But a lot of coffee shops too, like there's at least 2 coffee shops right on my little neighborhood that make it known that dogs are welcome, and they have little treats inside. And that was Rudy's whole thing when he was out on a walk. He was really just on a quest to find places that would give him treats. So, you know, you go into this gift shop every single day on our walk, and Teresa, the owner, would say hi to Rudy and pet him and give him some treats, and then we would chit chat, and then he'd stop at the coffee shops and we go to the pet supply stores. But it was just a way to experience my neighborhood in a way that I never would have gotten to experience it if it wasn't for Rudy kind of walking me. And I always say he would walk me, and people think I'm trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny. It was his walk. I was literally just there to make sure he didn't get hit by a car. But when we left the house every day, I never had any idea where we were going. I never had any idea if we were going to be gone for 10 minutes or 5 hours. And there were walks that lasted over 5 hours. So I would walk out the door and I would say, okay, where are we going today? And Rudy would lead the way. So it was him that walked me to all these different places that I never got to experience in that same way before. So it was a way to get to know my neighborhood better, get to know the little shops, and to get to know my neighbors better, to get to know the shop owners. And I established relationships with Teresa and with all the people that worked at the pet supply stores, with the baristas, and with Rudy's groomer, of course, who was right around the corner. Just getting to know all of those places and getting to know my neighbors, and it really made me feel like there was a sense of community here. Even though I don't technically live in Los Angeles, I can see Los Angeles, I live right on the border, but I'm in Burbank. But it's essentially Los Angeles. It's the greater Los Angeles metropolitan area. It's one of the biggest cities in the world. It's a metropolis. So to live someplace like that and still really have that sense of community, and it's all thanks to Rudy, but it all came from just walking through my neighborhood. So I just want to encourage you, because I think that right now that is something we could all benefit from. Not only right now, meaning Christmas time, you know, the time of year and everything, but right now just meaning where we are right now as a society. I think it would really benefit all of us to get out and walk, to slow down a little bit, to walk someplace instead of driving there, to observe your surroundings and get to know your neighborhood, to have a conversation with your neighbors and with your local business owners, and to patronize your local businesses. So shopping local is great for your community, it's great for the environment, it's great for your mental health, your sense of belonging, it's great for building a sense of community, it's great exercise to just get out and move and get some fresh air, to get some vitamin D if you're lucky like me and you live in Southern California and the sun is shining today. So yeah, there's talking about the chit chat about the socks is lasting longer than the workout, so I'll wrap it up. But I just wanted to bring that up because I'm wearing these socks today. I think they're adorable. Hopefully you think they're adorable as well. So feel free to click on the link because they do make a great gift, and you will be doing something good because you will be raising money for a worthy cause by buying a pair of these socks. But I also encourage you to explore your neighborhood and see if there's a local gift shop like there is in my neighborhood that maybe sells them. And if they don't, maybe you could ask the owner to carry them, because that's another great thing about little mom and pop shops is that you can talk directly with the owner, establish a relationship with the owner and say, hey, I'm interested in buying this thing. I could go to Amazon and buy it, but would you carry something like this? There's been more than one item that I've talked to Teresa about and said, you know, what I'm looking for is a little figurine or you know, whatever, socks, coffee cups that say something or the other on them. and she'll like find it and have it in the store. I would rather buy it from her than buy it from Amazon. So anyway, I don't know, click on the link, check out the socks, shop local, explore your neighborhood, be kind, reach out, do your part to foster a sense of community where you live, and just take care of yourself and take care of your neighborhood. Do what you can to make the world a better place, no matter how big or small. It can literally be something as simple as taking a walk to a local gift shop and buying a pair of socks. All right, I actually really am pressed for time today, so that's enough about socks. That is gonna do it for today. If you did this workout with me today, thank you so much. Please let me know what you thought of it and how you did. Thank you to everyone who has been working out with me lately, and even if you are not doing the workouts with me, thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for liking and sharing the videos. Thank you so much for all of your wonderful and supportive and engaging comments. It really does mean the world to me. Thank you so much to all of my new subscribers. If you are not subscribed already, please subscribe. Do all the YouTube things like comment, subscribe, and of course a great big thank you to those of you who have been subscribed to my channel for years. Please know that I appreciate you all so very much. One final reminder that if anything is unclear with the format, if you have questions about the exercises that we were doing today, if you have any doubt about how to do the exercises with the correct form, or if you need to see beginner modifications for anything, I'm right here to help, so please just ask. You guys, that's gonna do it for today. But before I say goodbye, I have to say one final thank you to those of you who have been watching the videos all the way until the end and commenting with the secret code phrase of the day. So before I say goodbye, I will give you today's secret code phrase of the day. It is, there's room for everyone on the nice list. So if you are still watching this video, hello, thank you for watching all the way to the end. Please let me know that someone is still watching by going down to the comment section and leaving me a comment that says there's room for everyone on the nice list. That is going to do it for today, and I will see you all next time. Bye.